Hey, guys, welcome to That Filthy Show, Season 4, Episode, ironically, 4. Well, it's October 18th, and the world's opening back up. I hosted a punk show on Saturday. Yay! Punk is back. Well, it was pop punk, so it's not really punk punk. But you know what? Everyone had a good time. Hamilton's punk scene is still alive. Um, and a little moment of remembrance. Today is NSFU's lead singer Chai Pig's birthday, if he was still alive. Chai, you're missed and loved wherever you may be. I'm hoping. But Chai, we love you and miss you. Today on the show, we have an artist, local artist in Hamilton, who is blowing up. I ran into her on a street crawl, or art crawl is what we have in Hamilton, where it's like the one of the main streets. Not close it, but like artists set up shop. I think it's the second Friday of every month during the summer. And then at the end of the year, they have a huge festival where they shut the whole street down and there's concerts, food trucks, and stuff like that. And I ran into this fabulous artist, the artist known as Fazooli. All right, I screwed that up. She's going to yell at me for it. Here we go. Hi, Fazooli. Fazooli, I screwed it up.
You actually didn't screw it up. You actually didn't screw it up. A lot of people just call me Fazooli, so that's all good. It's all good.
All right. So, Fazooli, you're a local Hamilton artist, right? Or well, you're blowing up, but you're based in Hamilton.
I mean, am I? I don't know. It's Hamilton. You can never really tell. That's a weird term, blowing up. I'm 42. I feel like I've blown up like several times in my life so far.
God, I wish I was 42. I wish I was still 42. Now let's not talk about ages here. All right, so Fazooli, in your own words, how would you describe yourself, your business, your art, your life?
Okay, so I'm kind of like a Peter Pan type of character. I am a multi-dimensional creative, which kind of means that I encompass many different like specialties in the arts and entertainment industry. So I spent quite a bit of time working in television and film. So I've worked in every single department in that industry, as well as being a visual artist, a graphic designer. I'm a DJ. I'm also a writer. I'm also an instructor. I do like graffiti workshops and like skateboard art workshops and stuff. I'm also a cat mom. Luna. Yeah, no, I don't need to fight you right now. We're not fighting. Okay. And I don't know, like I feel like the list isn't exhaustive. When I was a kid, I was like a trained dancer. So I feel like I kind of encompass a lot of different things. I don't really know where I stand anywhere anymore because every day is completely different and I do something different every day in one of those capacities. So
I can relate to that.
Yeah, so multi-dimensional creative kind of like encapsulates all of that.
Yeah, and also nowadays you just can't do one thing. You have to have a collective. Your hands in different things.
Yeah, like contingency plans for everything, because I feel like, especially in the arts and entertainment industry, it's like working in quicksand. So like one day you're like flush, the next day you're completely skint, you know, like it's the roller coaster of being a creative. I feel like you have to be absolutely insane to do what we do, I guess. Like no sane person can handle the back and forthness of all of that shit.
You kind of got, and again, if you're an artist, you also got to be your own manager, your own publicity person,
your own accountant. Yes.
You're an accountant, you got to do it all. And if you're a band, you got to be your own record label and manager.
And yeah, it's very true. So wearing all of those hats is exhausting. And like, you're not always good at every single one of those roles either. So you're going to fail at certain things and things aren't going to go right all the time. It's a tricky career to get into.
Yes. Well, you know what they say, failure is the first step to success. And by that time, I should be a millionaire, a billionaire by now.
Yeah, I should be completely like rolling in it by now based on those fucking odds. Like, but you know,
we didn't fail. We just learned it's not failure. It's what we learned, what we did wrong, so we don't do it again.
Yes, yes. Absolutely. I believe in that. Well, and you learn from your mistakes, right? I mean, I spent years fucking up, and like I'm still learning from my mistakes. And if anything,
you never stop.
Those are what give you character, and those you know, like it
builds character.
You know,
crying in the shower because you lost a lot of money builds character.
Or people aren't paying you. You made a lot of money, but you haven't been paid in 2.5 years from that person. So
builds character.
Yeah. Well, and like I feel like every time somebody offers you like a gig or something, and it's, you know, pro bono, or it's like, oh, it's gonna give you exposure. My first response to that now at this age is that people die of exposure.
Yep.
So we can just end the conversation right there.
Bingo.
And if it's not going to be productive for both parties, then why are we even talking about this? Like, you should probably approach somebody that actually does, you know, thrive on exposure. Maybe hit up a rich kid who decided to be an artist.
Yeah, because I tried paying my rent once in exposure. Apparently, they wouldn't. The landlord wouldn't take it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm rich.
Gas station won't either.
Yeah. All right. Speaking about artwork, here's some of yours you sent me. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about art.
All right. So there's a pizza bean slush spice. So is this like a lot of tattoo designs or just designs?
Yeah. So like this series is called the Foodie Flash. So it's like based on flash tattoo, kind of like the typical archetypal kind of like traditional tattoo styles. But since I'm friends with mostly chefs and tattoo people, I kind of like bridge the gap between the two and combine forces to create, you know, the tattoos that I would want to see. Yeah. And so like the first one's called Slice Slice Baby. And that's just like a pizza, and then like the little banner, I don't know if you can read it, it says "In Crust We Trust." So I do like food puns every time I fucking post one of these things. I have like a stupid cheesy paragraph of like rife with stupid puns that revolve around the same topic. So I'm like, that series itself was the very first one that I did, and then I went on like every year to do another series of 5, but then it's like a different topic, I guess, for each one of them. So the second one was Globetrotters, I believe. And then, so that was foods from around the world. And then the third one was just desserts. And the one that I'm working on right now, it's like all nautical themed. So it's like fish and chips, bagels and lox, stuff like that. So yeah, it just kind of like shakes it up every year a little bit, but then keeps like a continuous kind of vibe going for at least that series. I do like several different things because I'm super into certain different things, I guess.
Yeah, and speaking about certain different things and being a cat mom,
yes,
you have this series.
Yes, the Humanimals series. So this is another thing that I do is I take human bodies and animal heads, and lately I've been experimenting with different animals. I used to just do cats and dogs. Now I'm like squirrels and raccoons and foxes and all kinds of shit. And basically all of these guys are taken from like I get inspired by like street fashion and stuff like that, like people's like looks, like just natural casual looks and stuff like that, poses that I see every once in a while. It's like, I like the way she's standing, I'm gonna copy that with this outfit or whatever. And then I basically like build a character, and while I'm drawing it, I kind of come up with their personality. So I'm actually working on a coffee table book that's going to have all of these guys featured in it, and each one will have a page with the story. So right now my prints actually come with the little backstory on each character, just to like start the I guess the storyline with each of them. So all of them are built on people that I know, which some people love and hate. Because when they see themselves in a character, they like it's kind of difficult, because sometimes when you hold a mirror up to yourself, it's like, ah, shit, I'm actually like that, eh? Like, yeah. Or it's like good stuff where it's like, yeah, I'm totally like that. You know, it's I don't know, it's fun. Like I used to study psychology, so I'm really like interested in people's personalities and how different everybody is, and also how similar we are. Like we're all very textbook in a certain way, but we're all a mixture of our experiences and our genetics. So I think that that's and I feel like with animals, it's like animals are just better than humans. So I'd rather see animals than humans. Humans are boring. Humans are boring. I feel we're played out, and we're too egotistical, and we're full of ourselves, and we're very narcissistic. And animals are actually just like better at being people than we are. We can learn a lot from them, I guess. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's true.
I might just smoke a lot of weed.
Because people like animals, because I have a few. I have 2 cats, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
And I love them. Some days. I hate them some days.
Right, I feel you on that. Yeah.
Wait. I love them every day. Some days I just don't like them.
Some days are a test in patience. I feel like if you're living with any other being, period.
Yes. And I feel like I should go back a little bit to what you said with the coffee table book.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Gen Z, a book is a thing with paper in the middle. It's like an iPad that flips.
They smell really good sometimes when you open it up.
Yeah.
Like it's a nice waft.
And if you were ever in trouble with the law, the police would beat you with a phone book. But that's another story.
Because it wouldn't leave any marks, apparently. Yes. I have actually seen phone books leave marks on people's heads and faces.
Okay.
That shit's a lie.
It was like an imprint on the cheek of like,
slime.
Phone number, blah, blah, blah.
Or paper cuts. I mean, they do.
Paper cuts are the worst. Because okay, so I was out in Vancouver for 15 years.
Okay.
And then I moved to Hamilton because I'd given up on life, and apparently this is the place to do it.
Toronto expat. I get it.
Out there they have a nude beach called Wreck Beach.
Yes, I've been there.
Yeah, okay, so it's salt water. And so
I love Wreck Beach. The first time I went there, I bought mushrooms off a guy. He was naked, only with a fanny pack full of mushrooms.
Actually, I know the guy. I think I know the guy.
A miracle. This guy was amazing.
It's like, yeah, because you can buy shrooms, beer, ice cold margaritas. And the thing is you run into the water, and then you realize you dive in and come jumping up, because then you realize how many paper cuts you have because of the salt water.
Yeah.
And I used to find them everywhere. And I was like, pain, ow. Salt water's fun, but can be. So we have a couple of comments here.
Oh.
From, I'm assuming, your friends.
Oh, shit.
One is solid interviewee.
Okay.
So there's Uncle Reef.
Cool. Thanks, Uncle Reefer. Whoever
you are. And then we have animals are more real and genuine for free.
Hi, guys.
Oh, you know them?
Yeah, they're my friends. They make these amazing 3D like printer kind of like just all different stuff, like especially like skulls and like Christmas ornaments and all kinds of stuff. They have the raddest shop online, Cursed by Design. Go check them out. They have a wicked Etsy full of cool Halloween spooky shit and like really good Christmas present ideas right there.
What's the address? Let's plug it.
I have no idea, but Cursed by Design would be probably easy to find.
Cursed by Design.
They're very popular, so yeah.
Cool. All right, I'll check them out. And so, what do you got going on right now? Because you're on a shoot today.
Yes. Well, it wasn't. it wasn't a shoot that I was working on per se. It was just a shoot that was happening over at the Mule Spinner. So I work with Steady Canoe. I'm a line producer with them, which means that whenever they have kind of a shoot or something like that going on, I come in the day of the shoot. I help kind of like wrangle everything together so that it looks great. I tell people what to do a little bit, and then we get it going, and I direct throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, when we wrap, I get the fuck out of there, and I just leave it in everybody else's hands to deal with, which is my favorite part of the day.
When you get to leave, you get to leave.
Yeah. And I don't have to be in an editing room, which is my favorite.
Yes. Yes.
I just don't have the patience to edit. And I feel like there's a lot of people who have, especially our guy Peter and our guy Nathan. They're just so amazing at what they do that they don't need anybody just looking over their shoulder and telling them what to do. They're just very, very talented and know exactly how we want it to look and put it together. So tonight they were shooting I don't want to say it wrong. I'm going to have to look it up because I don't want to say it wrong. I think it's the Rising Hedons.
Okay. A music
Or Hedons, but I think it's Rising Hedons. They're a Hamilton band. And they're like insanely talented. And they have this like super cool kind of like klezmer gypsy vibe going, but like super rock and roll at the same time. And they're just like young and cool and hip and like just, you know, good looking dudes and just.
Yes, because that's what I look for in music.
You know,
I look for good looking dudes.
Hot dudes playing weird gypsy klezmer shit. I'm down. Like I'm super in. It was a great time. But like I had to leave a little bit early, which sucked. But at the same time, it's super cool to be on this show.
Cool.
And I get to see that kind of stuff going on all the time because I'm lucky enough to get to play with live bands all the time, which is super dope. Especially during the pandemic. Like that's rare to be able to hear live music. I haven't missed a beat at all, which was awesome.
What do you think of the Hamilton music scene? Because I've gone to a bunch of open mics. I've hosted shows in Vancouver. I'm coming here. I'm now beginning to host shows here.
Yeah.
And I'm finding the music scene is healthy.
It's very healthy.
Yes. It's just because of the pandemic, we have less venues.
Yes, that's a huge issue. And it sucks too as a DJ and as like an event coordinator, because I also run the punk rock flea market, to like have so many of our like amazing legendary venues go on us like so quickly. I was really super extra bummed about this St. Hollywood because I had just booked like an entire year's worth of punk rock flea markets there. We had everything mapped out. All we had to do was plug in vendors and everything was ready to go. And, you know, the pandemic happened or was announced like a few weeks later when we started putting the call out for everyone. And we haven't come back yet because it's like, well, we have a new venue, but at the same time, it's like, we're just nobody's ready to like get back into that kind of big event where it's like meant for people to mill around and hang out and stuff like that. You just can't do that yet. And I don't want to get involved with the politics online. If I post something, I don't want anti-vaxxers to be like, oh, well, we can't go inside without a passport. Well, like, whatever. Like, we all have to deal with these rules. And like, I can't legally, you know, put something on without having to adhere to that. So for now, I'm just going to take a break. And when we get to like have a party again, I'm going to come back like bigger than ever. Like we're going to do like a huge blowout and we're going to make it like worth everybody's while. So I feel like hopefully if everybody's patient enough, we're going to see a wicked comeback. So
I'm thinking
too, fingers crossed.
The winter, we work it out. And hopefully next spring.
This is the thing. It's like we have more time to plan it, to do it properly, and to come back bigger and stronger and better than before. It sucks with like DJing because like people can't really dance. So Like, I feel like that's like one of the biggest problems. And like as a DJ, it's like even doing live streams from home, I feel like I'm fucking, playing for myself and the cat's just looking at me like, what, this dick track again? Like, how many dick tracks do you have? And do you have to play this loudly? Like, she's kind of a yenta, It's just
Gotcha.
She's always on my ass about being too loud.
Gotcha. Cats are on my ass like that joke sucks. Rework the punchline. You suck. They're my worst critics.
It'll be
my worst critics.
It'll be nice to see some new venues open though when all of this kind of like I want to say kind of blows over, but like who knows what's going to happen. But I do know that other new places are in the works and are being planned to like open and stuff like that. So we will see a resurgence. I feel like there's going to be a golden age after this shit. Hopefully.
Me too.
And we will ride that motherfucking wave to infinity and beyond.
My plan is I know tons of bands in Vancouver and, bring them to Ontario. Do a stretch, like maybe a 10, like under
send
10,
all the Ontario bands over there and then send all the Vancouver bands here. You know what I mean? Like, let's get people working and in shows and like spreading their name around the fucking nation again. You know what I mean? Like,
and
crazy.
Next summer we can do a lot of outdoor festivals.
Yes.
Like you take a baseball diamond, you get a generator, you put the generator like 10 feet from the stage or any speaker, and that's it.
Get a couple of subwoofers. You're in business, baby.
Throw together some plywood. You got a stage, baby.
Yeah. Fuck it. I mean, like, the first thing I did when the pandemic was announced was I went out and got a PA system for myself because I was like, at very worst, I can stick this on my balcony and play for the neighborhood. I feel like that was the biggest, smartest investment that I made because it's at least like I was able to take that and create small parties everywhere I went. Like it was great. It was, go camping, fucking take it with you. Like go, just hook it up to a car battery.
Boom. Boom. Yeah, that's all you need. Boom.
Yeah, you just like if you have power, we can start something outdoors somewhere, Yeah. And I feel like I don't know.
I get you.
I don't even know anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up another piece of artwork you got going on.
Oh shit! Okay, we're still talking about art.
Well, no, I'm just gonna bring it back because you sent me a lot of pictures.
I'm very bad at staying on topic. I have ADHD, so. These. Okay, so these are my greeting cards. I like to tell dick jokes.
Okay.
Because they're funny. People enjoy them. Same thing with fart jokes. Fart jokes are also, they go over very well. I feel like I do a lot of greeting cards lately because I like Hallmark has this huge gap that they're lacking in content. So and I feel like greeting cards is like the best way I can make jokes, right? Like I write a lot of comedy and stuff like that. So for me, I don't know. It's a good way to express your feelings to somebody else, but not be so fucking serious about it, And like, I don't know, some things need to be said in a card. I mean, I feel like I'm Keen on Your Peen, especially is like one of my best sellers. Like everybody who picks one up is like, this is way more dignified than a phone photo. And I'm like, yeah, like, I feel like dudes need to step it up a little bit, like I don't give a shit about some grainy photo that's like half lit of like some like half fucking, like it's boring. Like I like to unwrap a surprise. Like, why are you showing this to me? That like by itself, it just, it doesn't do much, like I could look that up anywhere. Like who cares? Like, I don't know. I feel like
this one was my girlfriend's favorite.
Oh, nice. Yeah, those are
this one. Show me your kitties.
Yeah. I was told recently that I had to put that on a t-shirt. That's coming soon, hopefully. I have a lot of stupid things I need to put on t-shirts.
You know what? It
Definitely,
sells.
that's one of them. Yeah, and the show me your wiener is also good. I used to have a wiener dog, so I used to tell a lot of wiener jokes. I like to take my wiener out at the park, like that, you know.
Oh God. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But no,
t-shirts
like
sell.
greeting cards is easy too because like I don't know, there's so many holidays you could fuck with. And like
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of breakup cards too. It's like breakup, like there's a lot of conversations that are difficult to start. So I feel like sometimes if you're like an introvert, like I'm an introvert extrovert, so I'm like half and half, and like I flip back and forth, and sometimes I have trouble saying things to people. So I feel like the greeting cards, it started as awkward conversation starters, and like now it's just like gotten out of control. But yeah, it's just like I don't know, people don't know how to communicate anymore. I feel like this is trying to help people communicate
One of the cards is
with
maybe you should go to the clinic.
Oh, that's a good one. Like, are you itchy? Do you have a rash?
Does it hurt when you pee?
Yeah. Does it burn just a smidge? Like you might wanna get that checked. There could be a card in that, you know what I mean? Like some people are just like afraid to admit that they have a problem that they need to get a medical professional to take a look at. So I guess there's a card in that.
Yeah, there's a card in that.
We'll make a note of that. Actually, I'll make a note.
All right, so I got what do you got going on in the near future? Like, even though the pandemic, we're locked down, and we're like looking at this summer as big events, but short things going on now.
I mean, like lately I've just been doing whatever the fuck I want, which is great. And like actually taking some time to rest. But I am coming out of my DJ hiatus for a smidge. In November, I'm going to be doing fruit salad in Kitchener, Waterloo. I think it's in Kitchener. And this is like I feel like it's like a femme empowerment kind of like soiree that they do in like different cities. And I'm actually like super honored to have been chosen as one of like the first few DJs that get to do these things because they have like kind of really taken off really, really quickly. So I'm really stoked to play tunes in front of people again. It's been a while. I think the last gig was last summer at the Casbah on the patio in front of people. But otherwise, I've been like on the stage with the Concession Street Sidewalk Sounds with the Zoetic Theater. That was weird because I was DJing with an empty theater seats behind me on a stage. So I was like dancing and like queuing up tracks and stuff. And I'm like looking at the camera crew, but behind me there's literally no one. So I'm just sweating like an asshole by myself, not understanding what the fuck is happening on the other side of like the viewers. Like, are people watching? Are people dancing? I have no idea. Like I can't play to a crowd. That was really difficult. And same thing with like any live stream that I did in my house. So I'm really stoked to be at a bar again in front of people so that can actually fucking dance in front of me so I know what to play and if they're having fun and if I need to turn it up more and if I need to turn it down more, if they need a break, if they, you know, if we need to get like really fucking turn, like, you know, I feel like I think that's what I miss the most is like feeding off of people. I like Art Crawl was really amazing. Like when I met you, it was like the first time I'd come back in like 2 years. And I felt like I was on drugs. I was like, oh my God, I felt like I did like 5 E's at once. And I was like, holy shit, everybody's so happy and like fucking stoked and like spending money and all this shit. And I couldn't keep up with conversations. I was just like cracking jokes left, right, and center. But I didn't come down for like 2 days after that. It was crazy. I did not realize how much I feed off of people, but also how much that sucks the life out of you over the course of, you know, your 10-hour day or whatever. It's crazy. So like now it's like I have to know how to pace myself when I go back to things. So now I'm actually like scheduling things more evenly instead of doing like 6 shows in a week. I'm doing like twice a month. And then working on
now you just got to find a happy medium.
Working on other shit in the meantime because it's like you can't do that all the time. I can't go as hard as I used to. I'm not the same person I was before the pandemic, that's for sure. That's weird.
Give me 1 second. I'll just
you lost your vision. Yeah.
I'll put it on you for a second. Just kind
You having technical difficulties? Uh-oh, we lost him entirely. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Where'd he go? Hello? Uh-oh. So this puts like a lot of pressure on me now to entertain you guys. I don't know what's happening in your lives right now, but uh-oh. Where did he go? You can't just leave me like this, dude. Okay, so I don't know how I'm supposed to fill this time. Should I tell you a story? Should I tell you a story? I can't show you my cat. She's not around right now. Okay. So I can't really sing or I don't play instruments. So what can I entertain you with? I know, right? Okay, so now I'm just reading the comments. So Brian's watching, right? Hi, Brian. This is embarrassing because, like, I feel like.
all right.
There you go. There he's back. What happened? What happened to you?
Chaos. Chaos.
Oh my God.
Chaos decides he's going to play with a cord on the ground.
Experiment to see what I would do.
No. Chaos decides he's going to play with the cord. Sorry, guys, about that. On that note,
That was entertaining.
Okay, so Susie, I got to wrap it up because I kind of make these things like a little bit. People have ADD, and I used to do like hour longs, and people are like, it's too long, and I'm like, yeah. So now I got to keep it under half.
I feel that, yeah.
So, where can people find you? Because it's been a great interview. If anybody wants to find anything about you, where would they look?
Okay, so my website is fazooli.com. Everything is on there. I actually haven't updated it in like a year and a half. I'm supposed to do that this week. So don't actually check that out this week until next week until I fucking figure that shit out. But normally I'm on Instagram is my main platform. I have actually released Facebook from my life. It is a cancer in my life, so I'm just like done. I do let Instagram post to my Facebook page at Fazooli Art. If you're only on Facebook is where you're gonna see some updates, but it's pretty random. So I'm at Abominable Inc. or at Julie Fazooli on Instagram. I'm also at Punk Rock Flea Market Hamilton and at Steady Canoe. I have like 10,000 accounts. I won't list them all, but like Fazooli.com is pretty much, or if you just Google Fazooli, literally, I take over the front page because that restaurant has pretty much tanked on us. So, I mean, they're not doing great. Yeah. So I'm not going to badmouth them, but you know
what we mean.
I'm not a fan.
All right. Well, it was great to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. This has been fun.
And I'm looking forward to Punk Rock Flea Market because I went at this ain't Hollywood. And I'll probably see you around the city because
for sure. I'll be around. I'm always kind of everywhere. So just I don't know. And like if you're walking up and down James North, I walk up and down that bitch every fucking day. So you'll probably see me on the street somewhere or hanging around Jackson Square like an asshole.
Gotcha.
Hamilton.
Right. It's been a blast. I'll see you around.
Cheers, bud. Have a good one. Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. Sorry about the cat technical difficulties. If you know Chaos, I'm surprised he hasn't ripped the camera part yet. Thank you for joining us. Next week, Halloween special. We're bringing back one of our favorite, most requested guests for Halloween special on the 25th. What else can I say, guys? The world's opening up. Pace yourself. We still have restrictions, but soon we'll be able to hug without a mask on. I dreamed the impossible dream. And on that note, stay safe, stay happy. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.